Sveiki and welcome back to your Irregular Latvian lesson. If you're new, on this channel we like to analyze how a concept can be traced through different Latvian words and expressions. Sometimes it reveals something about the Latvian mentality, sometimes it turns out to be very funny, and often we talk about death. Today, in the context of global uncertainty, fake news and manipulatory algorithms, yes, I watched The Social Dilemma on Netflix and I highly recommend you do too, we're going to talk about how Latvians set the record straight. Let's go! Starting with the most basic, real-life inspired word straight in Latvian is Tysons, or taisna for feminine. Etymologically, Tysons derives from the verb taste/tiest, or its newer version, taste, which means to process a piece of wood, historically making it sharp and pointy, like when making a spear. Useful also when telling someone directions. You can say go pa kreisi, go pa labi, or go taisni. Go straight ahead. Tysons is also used as a synonym for līdzens, meaning flat and level. But just like in English, līdzens would much more be reserved for the material, horizontal world. You would not say that virsma, a surface, is taisna. You would be much more likely to say virsma ir līdzena. The surface is flat. On the other hand, a staps, a post, and other vertical objects are much more likely to be Tysons, straight, because they stand straight up, unless it is a leeks staps or a curved post. Another field where straightness is super important is geometry. A straight line in Latvian is taisne, as opposed to līkne, which is a curve. And there is also pieskare, a tangent line, derived from the verb pieskarties, or to touch ever so lightly. Here's an expression when you're about to accomplish something like a race or a project you've been working on for a long time. Latvians say you are uz finiša taisnes, on the last straight line before the finish, or in English it would be the home stretch. But unsurprisingly, Tysons in Latvian is also closely linked to morality. And while the expression iet taisnu ceļu, to walk a straight path, means that you're doing great, living a very nice and honest life according to Latvian values. If you aiziet pa pieskari, to go off on a tangent, it means no, not that you have pursued an interesting thought that has led you a bit off topic, but rather you have died, you have failed, or even worse, you have fallen off the taisnais ceļš due to your bad choices or lack of luck. Latvians are not fans of taking detours. We prefer to iet taisni, to walk straight, and runāt taisni, to speak straight. Although in this context we're more likely to say tieši, runāt tieši, speak directly. So the Latvian version of give it to me straight would be runā tieši, speak directly, runā bez aplinkiem, speak without detours, or nu saki kā ir, say it like it is. If Latvian agrees, he will say tieši tā, or taisni tā, or in English it would be damn straight. If Latvian does not agree, he will say you sir, pa taisno uz trako namu, straight to the nut house, or pa taisno pie direktora, straight to the principal's office, or any other authority that is going to straighten you out. Iztaisnot? Literally yes, but no. In Latvian we can iztaisnot, or straighten, bent things, but not bent people. Those we pārmācīt. We re-educate them. Which brings me to my next example. Of course, for many, the term straight is a label of sexual orientation, but not in Latvian. In Latvian, if you want to say straight, you will say heterosexuāls, tradicionāls, or pareizi orientēts, correctly oriented. And that's it. Do these three words pass some sort of judgment on the netradicionāli orientētie, who, in terms of jargon addressed to them, are so much more linguistically richer than straight people? Language can be very revealing. Ain't that the truth? Which, speaking of, in Latvian is and isn't taisnība. If patiesība is truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, taisnība is a bit more complicated. It is truth. That also means you are right. Used mostly with the possessive, in an argument, if you want to wave the white flag and concede, you would say, okay, I admit, tev ir taisnība. You're right, but literally, you are in the possession of the straight/truth/rightness. Or tev nav taisnība. You are wrong. And saki taisnību, say the truth. What happens if two people think they're right? Well, a Latvian would say, hey, nu sazin, kam ir taisnība. Literally, go and try to figure it out who is right or who has the taisnība. But of course, it's not meant to be taken literally. It actually means it is impossible to know who is right. So a Latvian's solution would be to say, katram sava taisnība. Everybody has their own straight/truth/rightness taisnība. Yes, the justice system says no. Viens likums, viena taisnība, visiem is written on the wall in the Palace of Justice in Riga, where the Cabinet of Ministers work. One law, one taisnība for all. When a disagreement arises, tiesa, the Latvian word for court, but also the truth, tas ir tiesa, that's the truth, will decide what is taisnīgi, just, and what is netaisnīgi, unjust. The first rule of tiesa, if it is a taisna tiesa, a straight/just court, is for everybody to take taisnību, to speak the truth, as in nemelot, not to lie. So while you taisnoties are justifying yourself, but literally straightening yourself in front of the court or another authority, for example, like an angry partner, then it is advisable to start with patiesībā ir tā. The truth is that tam tam tam, or taisnību sakot ir tā. Truth be told, and then proceed to make your excuses and justifications. People who are paštaisni, self-straightening, but actually self-righteous, are great at making excuses for whatever they do, so paštaisni. If your attaisnojums, excuse, is admitted, then you will be attaisnots, out-straightened, absolved. If not, you will be notiesāts, sentenced. So with all of these straightening and truth-finding linguistic tools that Latvians have, what is the most effective way to find taisnība? Achoo! Taisnība! Yes, we kind of don't believe it, but we totally do, is that when you sneeze, the thing that was said just before you sneezed is obviously the purest form of taisnība. And to finish on a lighter note, here are some English expressions with the word straight and how they're translated into Latvian. While Anglophones drink strong alcohol straight up, Latvians drink tīro, the clean one, because only stupid mixes a laba manta, a good product. While English do things straight away, Latvians do tūliņ pat, now even. In English we set the record straight. In Latvian we precizēt, paskaidrot, explain, or find out kur tas suns ir aprakts. Find where that dog is buried. While you keep a straight face, a Latvian will talk or do something nešauboties, without doubt, nemirkšķinot, without blinking, or nemincinoties, without mumbling or hesitation. And if the English expression shoot straight means tell the truth or give it your best shot, do it honestly, the Latvian dur taisni or stab straight does not mean that. Usually accompanied by a gesture dur taisni. If you hear that, you better get lost right away. Un nu viss! Thank you for watching this video on the Latvian notion of straight. I hope you've learned some words and expressions that will help you not get lost in Latvianness. What was your favorite use of straight, or what surprised you the most? Please leave your reply in the comments, I would love to know. Patreons, for you this week, let's stay on the notion of taisni as a direction and explore the prepositions prievārdi, uz and pie as translations for to, in the sense of going to some place. And also, let's see what declensions do they ask for. Thank you for your support, Patreons, and I hope you enjoy your extra lesson. Everybody, I wish you a lovely 18th of November, the birthday of Latvia. Sviniet kārtīgi un lustīgi, celebrate it correctly and with a lot of joy. And I will see you soon, maybe. Bye!